The first envelope arrived on a Tuesday, unmarked except for my name written in crimson ink. Inside, a single photograph, me sleeping in my bed, taken from the foot of the mattress. No note, no explanation, just the haunting realization that someone had been in my home, watching me at my most vulnerable. I installed new locks that evening, triple-checked the windows, slept with a baseball bat beside my bed. The second envelope came 3 days later, slipped under my office door. Another photograph, me having lunch at my usual cafe, taken from across the street. On the back, 5 words. Remember what you did, Eliza. That's when the memories resurfaced. 8 years ago, the pharmaceutical trial. The date I'd altered, when Dr. Marcus assigned me to lead the clinical trials for Neuroxetin. It was the career opportunity I'd been waiting for. A revolutionary anxiety medication with minimal side effects, or so our preliminary results suggested. The company had invested millions. Expectations were astronomical. Then the anomalies appeared. 3 participants experienced severe neurological symptoms. 1 died. I could have reported it, should have, but fear won out. Fear of failure. Fear of losing everything I'd worked for. With a few keystrokes, I buried the evidence. The drug went to market, my career soared, and people suffered in silence. The third envelope contained newspaper clippings, obituaries, 5 of them, spanning the past 7 years, different cities, different ages. The only connection, all had been prescribed Neuroxetin. Someone new, someone who had been watching, waiting, planning. Detective Chambers sipped her coffee while reviewing my statement. No fingerprints on any of the envelopes. Professional job. Can you protect me? I asked. She studied me, eyes unnervingly perceptive. From whom, Dr. Harlow? You claim you don't know who's sending these. I hesitated. I think it might be connected to my research. Then perhaps you should start by telling me what you're not telling me. I couldn't. If the truth came out, I'd lose everything. My medical license, my freedom. There were still 12 million people taking Neuroxetin worldwide. That night, I found my office ransacked. My computer was untouched, but the filing cabinet had been forced open. 1 file was missing, the original, unaltered data from the Neuroxetin trials, which I'd kept as insurance, hidden behind a false panel. The 4th communication wasn't an envelope, it was a text from an unknown number. Justice demands a price. Are you prepared to pay it? The pharmaceutical company's annual charity gala provided a temporary distraction, painted on a smile, pretended everything was normal. CEO Franklin Ridley praised my contributions publicly. Colleagues toasted my success. Quite the achievement, a voice said behind me. Building a career on other people's suffering. I turned to face a woman in her 30s, elegant in a blue gown. Her features were vaguely familiar. I'm sorry, have we met? I asked, my voice betraying nothing of my unease. Not formally. She extended her hand. Meredith Wells. The name hit like a physical blow. Adam Wells had been the patient who died during the trials, the one whose death I'd covered up. Adam was my brother. She continued conversationally, as if discussing the weather. He trusted science, trusted doctors like you. My glass trembled slightly. Don't insult me with denials, Eliza. Her smile remained fixed, eyes cold. I've spent 7 years piecing it together, finding others affected, following the evidence trail you thought you'd erased. If you have evidence of wrongdoing, you should report it through proper channels, I managed. Meredith laughed softly. Oh, I intend to, but first, I wanted you to experience what we did, the slow terror, the constant looking over your shoulder, the not knowing what comes next. She leaned closer. Tonight was just my introduction. The real performance is about to begin. The next morning, every major news outlet received an anonymous package containing the complete, unaltered data from the Neuroxetin trials, alongside documentation of my falsifications. By noon, the company's stock had plummeted. By evening, the FDA had launched an investigation. I was placed on administrative leave, pending investigation. Colleagues who'd toasted me the night before now avoided my calls. My lawyer advised me to prepare for criminal charges. Late that night, as I packed essentials, planning to flee, my phone pinged with another text. Running won't save you. Nothing will. I froze, suddenly aware I wasn't alone. Hello, Eliza. Meredith stepped from the shadows of my living room. Going somewhere? How did you get in? My voice was barely audible, the same way I've been getting in for months. You really should change your security code more often. She gestured to the chair opposite her. Sit. We have unfinished business. I considered running but knew it was futile. Slowly, I sank into the chair. What do you want from me? I've lost everything already. Not quite everything. Meredith placed a small recording device on the table between us. I want your confession, complete, detailed, holding nothing back. And if I refuse, then I release evidence linking you to 3 additional deaths. Evidence that may or may not be fabricated, but will certainly extend your prison sentence by decades. I stared at her, this avenging angel who had systematically dismantled my life. You've thought of everything. I've had 7 years to plan this, Eliza. 7 birthdays my brother never celebrated. 7 Christmases my parents spent grieving. For the first time, her composure cracked slightly. All because you chose your career over human lives. With trembling hands, I reached for the recorder. Will this bring you peace? Peace? Meredith's laugh was hollow. There's no peace for any of us, but there can be justice. She leaned forward, eyes boring into mine. And tomorrow, when you walk into the FBI office and hand them this confession, perhaps there will be something else too. What? The beginning of redemption. As I began speaking into the recorder, confessing everything, I realized Meredith Wells had achieved something I'd thought impossible. She had orchestrated the perfect revenge, one that would expose the truth, bring justice to victims, and force me to live with the consequences of my actions. And strangely, as the weight of secrets lifted from my shoulders, I felt something unexpected, relief. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you don't want to miss what's coming next, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.